Welcome, Rock Steady Boxing Boxers, to session 31. And got ourselves a rainy evening, but it's warm, so all is good. All right, so what we're gonna do on today is we're gonna do 10 stretching exercises that are gonna be good to stretch out the shoulders, the abs, for sure the hamstrings and the calves, okay? So 10 different exercises working off of that, okay? All right, so the first one is we're gonna do some leg kicks with arm extensions. So we're just gonna do 12 of these. So both arms are gonna be out, okay? At the same time that I'm kicking my legs. So I'm gonna do 6 and 6. So kick, right, left, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what it looks like from the side. And once again, we're going to do 6 more to make a total of 12. All right, so here we go. I hope you guys are listening well. I've got the volume turned up and I've got my volume turned up a little bit. So hopefully you can listen to what I'm saying. All right. 7, 8. Try and keep your knees in locked position. 2 more. There you go. Okay. So we've got those going on. Okay. So now we're gonna do the butt kicker. So I'm gonna be on these butt kickers. I'm gonna turn to the side. Okay, and basically what I want to do is try and drive my heel and kick my butt. I'm not flexible enough to be able to do that, but the more you do them, the better it becomes, okay? So, focusing on that, you want to be able to put your hands in this position and drive your heel back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to switch, 6 more. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's important that you keep your thighs from going forward, rather just being able, I'm just going to do a couple just in slow motion to make sure that you're not jutting forward, but rather kicking back. So I'm just going to do this in slow motion, being able to do it in this manner. 1, and then 2, okay? So just for the sake of practice, if you guys get good enough with this, eventually what I'd like for you to do is to be able to hold yourself in balance and, let's say, hold on to something like a bag or a wall, a chair, or wall, anything, and be able to see if you can hold your leg with your right hand, right leg held with the leg, hold it back over here like this and be able to balance. So being able to go onto the side, be able to hold this balance. I realize that some of you may not be able to do this because your knees are not going to be able to bend that much, but in the event that you can't and your leg only bends this far, just being able to hold that position and put the other arm up and hold that position as much as you can. 10 seconds would be great, okay? So that's something to work with, and then the other side would be holding onto the left leg with your hand and then bringing up the right arm and holding it like that for balance. So notice that my thighs are parallel to each other. One is not moving forward like that, but just straight back and holding that balance, okay? So that's great for you guys to work on. Okay, now, next stretch that I have for you is we're going to be doing the sumo squats. So for these, I want you to point your toes slightly outward, about 45 degrees, into this pleat position, okay? So once you're there, then I want you to do a basic squat. Bring your arms out, same time that you're going down. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Keep going. 4, 5, we're going to work the legs, so getting him ready. But a lot of today's workout is going to involve arms, shoulders, and chest. And of course the abs, not so much in the legs. 2 more. 1, 2. Good. Sumo squats, you know what those are. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit about reaching to the side. Okay, so we're going to do 10 with the right arm, right hand going over, 10 with the left hand. So all we're trying to do is make sure that our obliques and our shoulders and our arms are being stretched maximum, bit by bit, little by little. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to hold your left hand here, and you're going to come up in this manner. 1, 2, and 3. That's it. 4, 5, 6. 4 more, guys. 7. Twist to the side, to the left side. 2 more. 1 and 2. Excellent. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Parity is important. All right, here we go. So left arm is going to go over my head and stretch. Put your hand on your abs to kind of note that you're utilizing your abdominal muscles to help you twist in this manner. Keep your mouth open at all times so that you don't close that mouth and create too much intra-abdominal pressure, which is really important. Keep your mouth open, twisting to the right. That's it. 2 more, guys. And 2. Excellent. Good work. So those shoulders should feel a little bit invigorated. Okay, now this is a fun one. These are double arm jumps, okay? So basically I don't want you to jump forward, I don't want you to jump back, I want you to basically stay in place, okay? So don't bend your knees, don't bend your feet. It's basically your arms are going to be down by your side, and I'm going to throw them upward, jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. 6. Reach for the sky. 7, 8, 9, 10. Good work. This is a great little warm-up, a little bit of a tune-up. Okay, so now we're going to go to the floor and do some mountain climbers. Okay, we're going to do it slow and easy, and I'm going to turn to the side so you can watch my right leg coming in, and then turn over onto the other side and do 6 more that way. Okay, so in this manner here, left leg forward, right leg back. Okay, try and keep a flat back as you're doing this. Try and keep as low profile as you can as you bring your leg in and bring the other leg out. 1, swap legs. 2, 3, 4, bit by bit, 2 more. 5 and 6. Okay? Now we're going to turn over on this side and do 6 more. Get down into that plank position. This time, the right leg is forward, the left leg back. And I do 6 more. 1, 2, 3. 3 more, guys. Stay with me. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Okay. Now, we're going to derive a little exercise from that. It's going to be a little bit of a stretch, but we can do it. Okay? So that's going to be the hamstring stretch. So I'm going to demonstrate that just by facing you, and I think that's going to work out so you can see what I'm doing. Okay? So, see what you can do. We can do some variations so that it's not quite as forceful, but let's see what we can do. So we're going to do this 4 times through. 5 seconds with the left leg, 5 seconds with the right leg, 5 seconds with the left foot, and 5 seconds with the right foot. So you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so back to basically the mountain climber position. And so what I'm going to do, rather the plank position, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my left leg up and then stretch. You want to sink into the stretch as much as you can. So ideally, what you want is your foot to be up here. I'm not going to go that far. I'm just going to go right about there, and I feel comfortable right there, okay? Just hold that position for 5 seconds. Let's count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to swap legs. Bring the right foot up over here by your right hand, and we're going to sink. By sink, I mean just kind of drive downward a little bit. Drive downward and count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great for the hamstrings, okay? Stretching those out. Again, left leg, left foot, up over there, 5 seconds again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. Good job. Okay, once more. Right foot forward, right there. Another 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hope you sank into that one. Okay, good. All right, now the next one that we're going to do is a takeoff from there. So, we're going to do is a downward dog from that position. Okay, so I'm going to turn to the side so you can view this a little bit better. You guys can grade me and see if I'm doing this right. So starting from this position here, I'm going to walk myself forward and then pike. Pike meaning that I'm going to pull my butt up and form somewhat of a pyramid. Okay, so I'm going to walk my feet forward and get into this downward. So I want to try and put my heels on the floor. There you go, like that. Put the palms of my hands on the mat and then hold it there for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Good stretch on that. Okay. All right. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to do shoulder taps. And I think it's going to work if I face you. So I'm going to show you, basically I'm going to do 12 of these, but I'm going to do 6 and then 6 in the kneeling position and 6 in the push-up position. So whichever you guys can do, we're going to sway a little bit, but the idea is to hold balance. So even if you're into the face down position, I want you to be able to hold it, okay? All right, so get into the push-up position, drop down to your knees and hold that plank. Make sure that your back is flat. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to touch your right hand to the left shoulder. 1, alternate, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Good. Now, we're going to do that same thing. Push-up position. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good job. All right. Perfect. Okay. Good work. All right. So now we're going to work on the last one. And it's, don't even have a name for it. My daughter Mitzi showed it to me and I said, hey, that looks like an awesome stretch. So, so what I want you to do is get down onto the mat and put yourself into a position where it won't hurt your knees too much, but lay your feet down and then kind of sit on your haunches. Put your arms back behind you, or in front of you rather, and then put your head and your forehead onto the mat, like that. And then place your hands behind you interlace them together and pull them back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more. Count of 3. 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Good. So that kind of brings it all together, bringing the rear part of the deltoid muscle around the corner to the anterior deltoid. And that's a good thing to do because we're going to be working on the shoulders pretty good today. Okay, so there are the 10 stretching exercise, warm-up exercises. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to get some water, lace up your hands, and we're going to be ready to box. My water's right there, so we're going to proceed and work on that while I explain to you what we're going to do in our boxing segment. Okay. Long drink, long day. Okay, so let me explain what we're going to do. So I've got this bag set up with the uppercuts, okay? I've got this one here with no uppercuts. So basically, this is going to be a tens workout. Basically working with tens, okay? So the first part of it is going to be just coming up to the bag and throwing 10 jabs, okay? Just being able to throw left hand, 2, 3, just like that, okay? Throw with 10 jabs, all of it in a row. And then I'm going to proceed to throw 10 jabs with a right, and they're going to be rather quick, okay? Not so much about power, but just being able to fully extend your arm. Remember what I told you, it's kind of like a corkscrew. You're going to start in this position and drive it home. Now, while I'm driving that right jab into the bag, I have to have protection. So my hand is going to be cocked. As soon as it throws, as soon as I turn inward to get more power off of my right hand into the bag, I immediately put my left hand up here on the side of my jaw, okay? Just as an instinct, as a reflex, I want you to be able to think about that, okay? Because we're going to get to the point where we're going to be able to work the left and the right, and it's going to be very quick, okay? So I want you to be ready for that, okay? And basically, that's going to be it. I mean, I'm going to show you what else to do when we put some combinations, but the combinations are not going to be, they're not going to be very difficult to remember. We're going to throw in some hooks and some uppercuts on that bag, but they're not going to be very hard, okay? All right, so I'm going to get my gloves on, and we're going to unleash the power within, right? As Parkinson's boxers, you know that's what it's all about. You get up in the morning and you get yourself ready to take on the day just like anybody else. We put our pants on the same way. There's no difference. So really, when it comes right down to its attitude, you gotta get up in the morning and say, hey, this is a brand new day. I'm being afforded this chance, so I'm going to make the most of it, okay? And once you work out and you get yourself ready and you finished off the day, you're not going to have too much trouble falling asleep. Okay, so we're going to start with that. We're going to start with the 10 jabs and then go from there, okay? So I'm going to get into the stance and I'm going to quickly leverage those jabs. Okay, so I'm going to get into left foot forward, right foot back, and I'm going to drive drive the punch, the jab in. Ready? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now I'm going to switch to the right and be able to deliver that right jab. Once again, it's going to be a rather quick flick to be able to do 10 of these. Okay? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, left jab in, right jab in. Now we're going to put the combination in place. Okay? All right, so for this combination to work, it's going to work like this. A left and a right equals 1. Okay? So the next one that comes about is going to be 2. So the 2 is going to be like this. It's going to be a left, right, that's 1, left,